Hi, I'm Jeff Murrah. I want to welcome you to True Texas History, where today we are going to talk about the Morgan Line and the Republic. This is one of those strange little corners of Texas history, for on this day, November the 18th, back in 1837, the Morgan Line began steamship service between New Orleans and Galveston. Now, you may think, well, gee, a steamship service, what's the big deal with that? Well, it opened up the influx of people and the influx of material, and literally opened up the new republic, essentially, to the world. And so this was an important step. Now, the person who started this was Charles Morgan. Now, let me go ahead and set something straight. In early Texas, there's two big Morgans. There's Charles Morgan and James Morgan. They are not brothers. They are not related. If you're one of those people who say, oh, Morgan's Point. Morgan's Point is named after James Morgan. That's the Morgan that is also related to, that ties into the story of the Yellow Rose of Texas. Charles Morgan went ahead and started the first steamship line. That's the Morgan that we're concerned with today. And after starting it, it became quite a success. A lot of the financial backers in New Orleans enjoyed the profits, so much so that other Texas cities opened up as ports as well. Now, as he was in the process of opening up the other ports, the city of Lavaca was one of his potential ports, but they wanted to charge too much. So he, like many entrepreneurs, went ahead and set up a new port city. He called it Powderhorn. Later, it changed its name to Indianola and became quite famous. Now, this Charles Morgan is also known for something else that makes him very famous, and he's influencing Texas today. What happened was that at the start of the war between the states, between the Yankees and the South, they both commandeered their share of his vessels because everybody wanted steamships. So they took his steamships and put them into military use. But during that time, there was a Confederate boat works there at Goose Creek, up there near Baytown. And since they had a boat works there, they were looking at the channel and they realized, hey, we can dredge this channel and make use of it. And so after the war was over, one of the big movers and shakers behind that was Charles Morgan. So much so that he is known as the father of the Houston Ship Channel. Now, don't you know, the Houston Ship Channel, going back to Confederate Naval Works, gee, that wouldn't go over well with the politically correct crowd. But anyways, this is the day, November the 18th, that he began his steamship line, and what began as an humble steamship line running between Galveston and New Orleans spread into quite an empire. At one point, they had steamers running to Key West, Havana, and Punta Gordo in the Dominican Republic. So it was quite an undertaking, and they also had some that ran south down there to Nicaragua. Steamship travel, very different than modern day cruise ships, very different than modern freight lines, but it was very important back in the 19th century. So I wanted to cover that today, talk about the father of Houston Ship Channel and his accomplishments today. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave your comments below. And until next time, this is Jeff Murrah wishing you vaya con Dios, my friends. Goodbye.